Okay, awesome, sweet. Sweet guys, all right, I'm super psyched about this. Welcome to the One Funnel Away Challenge. We've been planning this stuff like crazy. Again, little mic check. You guys can hear me like crazy. You guys gonna see me shouting. You guys gonna see me going nuts. What's up? Hey, what's up, Jay? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, guys? Man, we got a lot of us on right now, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. Not for us, but for you. I am very excited. First of all, I want to go through. I just want to show you guys a really cool story and why we're actually doing this whole thing. My main goal here is to first be your coach, okay? So I'm going to set some ground rules, okay? Because at the beginning of this thing, we got 5 weeks. I got 5 weeks to turn you guys into funnel builders, all right? It's quite the task. I've definitely coached a lot of people. I've personally brought through about 1,800 people so far through this process, and it's a ton of fun. I've really, really enjoyed it. There are patterns, though, right? There are patterns for success. There's patterns on ways to do it. There are patterns on ways to not do it. And what I want to do is be able to go through and shortcut the time it takes for you guys to learn this stuff so that you guys don't have to come sit next to a genius like Russell Brunson yourself in order to be successful, because that is not possible, right? So that's the whole goal. That's my goal, okay? I'm not here, right, to make you have a little warm fuzzies. If you are wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, right? If you are doing things that are not how a good funnel should be, I'm going to tell you, okay? And just know it comes from a place of love, though, okay? I'm not here to just come slamming in the door and tell you guys, like, I'm not here to wreck. I'm not a wrecking ball, okay? But I am here to give you guys all the things that you guys need so that you're able to go straight out of the gate and go crush it. So I am super, super excited. Yeah, I'd sit next to Russell. Sure, yeah, right? But, okay, so that's it, okay? And a lot of you guys have no idea who I am. That's totally fine, but I just wanted you guys to give me some tough loving. That's funny, Rob. Hey, I just want you guys to know, like, why this is so meaningful for me, okay? My wife and I have been married for 7 years now, almost, next month. Next month will be 7 years. And when we first got married, right, we had nothing. We had nothing. Like, we had, there was no glaze in life, you know what I mean? We were skipping the sesame seeds on the bun, you know what I mean? There was nothing in life that was nice. There's no glaze, no powdered sugar, or anything. We got married. We're in love. We're like, yeah, what's up? I don't know how many guys are married or, have that special someone in your life. But we first got married, and we're, it's the lovey-dovey period. We're like, oh, what's up? All we need is each other. Woo, woo, woo. And we get into, we start getting into marriage, and it's only a few weeks into marriage when I start noticing something weird happening. And a lot of you guys may not know the story and why I'm so passionate about this. And you guys are going to look at me by the end of this and be like, man, that dude freaking yells all the time. And like, yes. And it's because I want to be able to share with you guys why, though, okay? When we got married, like I said, we had nothing. And 3 weeks in, I started noticing something weird happening. Some of you guys are probably in a scenario like this right now, okay? I was in college. My wife had already graduated. We were in a new town, new city. Nobody knew who we were, right? People were working for $3 an hour, okay? Because there's so many students. There's no jobs. There's like no jobs in this little town we were in, okay? And we get over to like the third, fourth week of marriage, and I'm going every day, and I'm going out to classes, right? I got the backpack on. I would run to class most times, and I'd run and get over there, and I come back to class. And suddenly, I don't know, guys, suddenly, I started noticing that my wife she was staying in bed all day, okay? And at first I was like, maybe she just had a rough night, or maybe she didn't sleep well, or something like that, right? And I was like, man, are you okay? And she goes, yeah, no, everything's fine, nothing's wrong. I was like, oh, okay. So I came back the next day, it's the same thing. And I came back the next day, it's the same thing. And I was like, babe, what's going on? You all right? Like, what's going on here? Why is this happening? And it took me a while to get it out of her. And I was like, what's happening? Why is this going down, right? And she told me, she said, hey, I have only been eating 1 meal a day. And I was like, really? Why? And I was looking at our bank account. We couldn't even last another like 3 weeks. Okay, we had no money in our overpriced apartment, right? Neither of us could get jobs. Neither of us, it's not that we were lazy, we could not find a place to work. And some of you guys may not be in this kind of scenario, right? And what killed me more was that she was still preparing me lunches and dinners and breakfasts while she would stay in bed, okay? Now, I don't know how many of you guys have ever been in a scenario like that, but it wrecks your self-esteem. It destroys you, okay? You start to feel this very, very alone feeling. This sense of self-worth just leaves you, okay? And I was like, holy crap, like how can I focus in my accounting classes when I know my wife is at home so weak from not eating because we don't have enough food, right? That she just stays in bed all day, and it's not her fault, it's mine, right? So I did get tough with myself, and I was like, how can we make money? I don't, we robbing a bank, babe? Like, what are we doing, right? I gotta have cash, I gotta have money. And so what I did is, I was like, well, I can go and I can grab some money somehow. It's pretty easy to get student loans in this country. So I was like, maybe I can get some student loans. And so I go over to the financial office, and yes, they said absolutely, but it's not gonna be here for 4 to 6 weeks. I was like, 4 to 6 weeks, but we're gonna be dead like tomorrow, And I called my dad. Right, I did something that was culturally very against the way I was raised, and I went and I talked to my dad. And I'm the oldest of 6 kids. My dad taught me to work like crazy. I had jobs since I was 8 years old. Right, I'm not a stranger to working hard and being uncomfortable. And so for me to go call my dad and beg for money was a huge deal. And I was hitting pretty low at this point, and a lot of negative things start to pop up in life around those things. A lot of you guys have probably been in that scenario, or you're in that scenario now, and I just want you to know that I feel you, okay? I've been there, and that's the reason I'm so passionate about this game, okay? And so what was interesting is I was like, okay, I'm going to call my dad. I'm going to call my dad. This is like so not a normal thing. It gave me really huge anxiety. I was like, okay. And I went, and I pre-planned this room, and I walked into the room on campus, and it was an empty classroom, and I start walking around the room, and I take my jacket off, and I still remember the hum of the vents up in the ceiling, right? And it was this nasty green carpet, and I took my backpack off and my jacket off, and I start pacing around in circles around the room, and I was psyching myself up. I was like, we're not going to make it. And I called my dad. I picked the phone up. I said, hey, Dad, how's it going? What's up? How do you do small talk and that kind of thing? And I was like, hey, it's really intense right now. I just found out my wife is only eating a meal a day. And she was doing it behind my back for weeks before I knew. She's so weak she can't get out of bed. But she's still making me lunch. Could you float me like $3,000? We got student loans coming, but it'll be here in 4 to 6 weeks. Float me $3,000. I'll pay you back as soon as it's coming. I know it's coming. I just don't know when. Right? This is intense, right? And there's a long pause on the phone. My dad was an executive at IBM. He works for Gardent. He's a brilliant man. He's very brilliant. He's created a lot of industry standards in the software industry, and he's super brilliant. Like, we weren't poor, right? He had the money, but there's a long pause on the phone, and he goes, "Son, no." He says, "If I give you this money right now, you will not exhaust the resources you didn't know you had." That is a freaking awesome dad, right? I don't know how we really made it through that amount of time, but we did. And it created a fire in my gut to provide and get it done and be willing to go through crap that most entrepreneurs fail to ever get, okay? That is my purpose for this challenge. I am not here to make it comfy. You understand? I started running. And for over the next three to 4 years, I started trying a new business every 3 to 6 months. In these 3 to 6 month rotations, I did everything from door-to-door sales, telemarketing. I sold stocks. I did real estate, residential, commercial. I did diamonds, okay? Seriously, okay? I did everything. I knew how to ebooks. I was a traffic driver for Paul Mitchell. I worked my butt off, okay? And I have no sympathy for an individual who walks up and says, "I don't have time." Bullcrap. And I will call you on it. You are not welcome. Right? I'm here to help you guys, but that means that I need to help you call you out on your own BS, okay? And so that's why I'm here, right? I started building all this stuff on the internet, okay? I failed my first semester of college. I got kicked out. Of college. I had to wait 4 years to go back, and I had to learn how to learn in that time. When I came back, I went back through, and once I knew how to learn, then I did really well, okay? It is in the struggle that you are born. Okay? It is in you moving forward that you become you. No one follows me if I don't tell them that story. No one cares who I am. If I start to publish me when I get here, people don't believe me. If I publish me, though, when I'm here, and I'm honest, and I'm real, and I'm open, and you learn to do the same thing in this game, which, funny enough, has everything to do with funnel building. I never thought I would, right? But, man, you guys, right? That is what makes you believable. That is an accelerant in your life, okay? So I started building all this stuff on the internet. I didn't know what a funnel was. right? The first time I ever saw what a funnel was, I grabbed the book .com Secrets. I was in the Army, okay, because we needed money. I always wanted to be in the Army, but it was also a lifeline for us, okay? So I went into the Army, and I was in the Army at the same time I was in college. I enlisted. I started going through basic training, and then when I got done, I went out and went back to college, and then I went and started becoming an officer, okay? And in one of my trainings that we went out on, it was a month long, I saw the book .com Secrets, right? And I had just gone through one of Russell's other things. I don't know, I stumbled on it on a weird way, okay? And I was looking at it, I was like, Russell who? This guy looks like he's 13 years old. I don't know. Like, does he even shave? You know what I mean? And that was like my perception. I was like, I judged him. I was like, I don't know. And I started going through his stuff. And suddenly, for the first time, it took me 17 tries, 17 businesses to get this right, okay? And since then, it's been a hit almost every time. But there are patterns, you guys. There are patterns. And I want you all to know, right? I want you all to know what the patterns are. That's why we're here, right? We figure, man, ClickFunnels is freaking epic. But if you haven't seen the patterns, you don't know what those things are, you're going to have a hard time with it, right? And so when I first started seeing what funnels were, I started driving traffic for Paul Mitchell, the hair company, right? And we were working with 8 Paul Mitchell schools, 6 in California, 2 in Idaho, and we were driving feet into their stores. And I started realizing that I could get eyeballs, but it wasn't converting. And I was like, why am I not doing well with this? And I went and I started looking, and I was like, who's this Russell guy? And I started following his stuff, learned what a funnel is, did not have money for ClickFunnels when I first got it, okay? I clicked go on the 2-week trial after planning the entire funnel. I clicked go, gave myself a week to build it, and then gave myself a week to get the customers to pay for ClickFunnels. $97 a month, it was coming up, okay? You can figure it out. You can figure it out, and that's why I'm here, okay? And so I started building all these funnels, and Funnel Hacking Live was coming up, and I was like, we really don't have cash yet for me to get to a place like an event, get on an airplane, go get a hotel. Like, we were still living like student loan to student loan, you know what I mean? Right? It was really rough. It was really rough. And I went in, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and I had to change the way I was thinking. I had to ask myself, I was like, I'm going to do what Robert Kiyosaki says. I'm going to do exactly what he says. He says, right, those who are rich ask, how can they afford that? Right? Rather than I can't afford that. So I was like, how can I afford getting to Funnel Hacking Live? What if I traded funnels for plane tickets? What if I traded funnels for hotel nights? What if I traded funnels for a Funnel Hacking Live event ticket? So that's what I did. And I bootstrapped my way there, right? And I went and I started building these funnels, promising stuff that I didn't really know how to do yet, okay? I didn't really know. I knew that building a funnel the way that guy was asking was possible. I didn't quite know how. So I said, yeah, totally. Staked it in the ground, and I started running at the goal. I started running at the goal, okay? It was embarrassing. There were failures. I was openly, right, made fun of in classes. Funny enough, in my marketing degree, I was the only one actually freaking doing a business, right? There was like 3 other guys in all of college. It was ridiculous, right? Oh my gosh, I was so ticked. Oh man. Anyway, and what's funny is that I bootstrapped my way to the event, and when the plane landed, I didn't have enough money to actually get to the actual building where the event was. What little money we had, I wasn't going to spend it on a taxi. So I rented those little tiny city bikes, you know, the street bikes. It was in San Diego, it was 2016, not long ago. Start doing the math on all that. It's kind of crazy. Okay, your life can change extremely fast in this game. Okay? And I rented one of those street bikes in San Diego, and I started riding. I took my baggage over and slung it over my right shoulder, and I balanced on one of those a bike all the way through San Diego, all the way up to where Funnel Hacking Live was. When I walked in the door, Mark Bangeter was there, the head of support. Right? And he goes, are you the kid pulling off all that Star Wars ninja crap inside our software? And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, you are. I want you to apply to work here. I was like, it took me back. I was like, what? I'm not gonna work in ClickFunnels. I've never thought about working at ClickFunnels, right? I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Right? And I was like, that's honoring though. I called my dad right after that, and I told him what happened. And he was like, you're doing it, man! Woo! Right? And I was like, yeah, right? You need someone like that in your corner. That's who I am for you, okay? And anyway, so I was like, woo, this is awesome, right? And over the rest of the Funnel Hacking Live event, I ended up getting 4 more job offers to work at ClickFunnels, right? From Brent, right? From several other people throughout. And I did not barter enough hotel nights with the funnels I was building to get there for the last night. So I had no place to stay. I had no place to stay that last night of the Funnel Hacking Live event. So I stayed up the whole night in the hotel lobby applying for ClickFunnels. I was like, might as well. And at the time, I was going to go continue building funnels for some companies I was actually building them very successfully for, which is what got me to that event, right? And 2 days later, after that event, I get a call from Brent Copeters, right? And he's like, hey, would you come interview? But send over your funnels. I was like, all right. I was like, proximity's power, baby. Maybe I should just go be a support guy, right? And I was like, all right, sweet. So here's all my funnels, and I'm like cleaning them up. Like Russell Brunson's about to look at my funnels. Oh my gosh, right? And I was like, check this out, right? Here you go, man. Here's all my funnels. Yeah, ain't nothing but a thing, right? What's up? And he goes, and they're looking at him. I don't hear anything for like a day. And then they text me back. I'm like, hey, can you be here in the next 24 hours? I was in the middle of finals. I was graduating college in 2 days. I was like, yeah. So I get in the car, and I drive, and I'm driving over. Like, what a relaxing drive, right? Like, gonna go sit face to face with Russell. Never planning on doing that. You know, don't tell him that you're gonna put a poster of him up in your room. That's weird. That's creepy. Okay, but he's totally an icon of yours. Remember, don't tell him that, right? That's really weird. All right, sounds good. Right? I was like, all right. So I get over there. All right. I went and I sit 2 hours in front of Russell, and he and I talk face to face. And 2 hours, I get back in the car. I drive back to finish college in 2 days. And 20 minutes into the drive, they called me and they said, hey, would you sit next to Russell and help him build his funnels? And I called my wife and I said, babe, the course of our life just changed. We did it, right? I was trying not to be an emotional wreck, but it took 5 years almost. It's about four, because I worked for them for almost 2 years. It's 4 years, right? And it was, I said, babe, we can eat, right? And it was a huge deal. It was extremely emotional for me. And so when I have a lot of people that are like, why do you already have massive eyeballs, Stephen. How can you use them to get like some intensity and start yelling? Like, well, because I'm really passionate about this game. I am a product of the product that you were about to go through. Okay, I'm a product of this product, and I get emotional about it. I get intense. I get passionate. I will yell. I will call you out on your BS because I love you, and I know that this can work for you. I have now coached over 1,800 people through the process. I was the original 2 Comma Club coach. Tons of people got in the 2 Comma Club from it. Lots of people made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and tons of people made first money for the entire time in their entire life on the internet on their own, right? Through that program. Right? I have brought a lot of people through this now, and I love it, and it's amazing, and I appreciate you guys being in here and taking the time to do this and taking this leap. Okay, it's not a small deal. Okay, but I will call you out, right? And when I look back on what it is that I've gone through, okay, there is a pattern for why this has worked. Okay, and I only realized it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay, here it is. What is it that you are wanting? You set the goal. And guess what? If the goal is worthy, you will not be good enough to actually get it. That's the nature of a goal, right? But some people don't ever think about that. They're like, bam, here's the goal, right? Boom, here it is right here. Here's the goal. This is what I want. I looked in the mirror when we were just freaking poor, right? We barely had enough money to keep heat on, and it was so cold in our apartment in the winter. Oh my gosh, that place would get negative 40 sometimes. Not a joke, okay? Right, and so we'd close all the doors, keep everything bundled up, like set the thermostat at like 55, you know what I mean? Just freaking out. And I would go, and I'd open up my computer, right? And I started seeing, Steve, you suck at speaking. And I got real with that. You suck at speaking. What are you going to do about it? Right? I was so shy, you guys. I got the nicest kid award in high school. It's not because I was nice. It's because nobody ever heard me speak. You would not be seeing me do this right now, right? I was like, bro, you got to overcome that, right? And be willing and okay with yourself and the relationship you have with you when you identify those weaknesses. So I would take my computer, I would stand in front of a mirror, I would mute it, and I would watch Russell Brunson on stage, and I would physically mimic all of his physical actions because I wouldn't say anything, but I muted it, right? Because I was trying to learn how do I become somebody, okay? That's how I broke myself out of it, right? I was 35% body fat in high school. Steve, you're fat, right? What are you going to do about it? Lifted every day, lost 45 pounds. Okay? Steve, you failed out of college. You're dumb, right? I'm not belittling. I'm being honest. Okay? You can't think that you're belittling yourself when you're being honest. Oh, no, you look great. You're great the way you are. Don't you dare say that, okay? Be honest in where you are, and that's what I'm trying to help you understand. What does that have to do with, where was on the side? What does that have to do with ClickFunnels, Steve? It has everything to do with it, okay? Because I have coached so many people in this process now. So many people in the process. And here's the patterns. I'm trying to teach you guys according to the patterns that I see. 1,800 people through the process. I know where you'll trip up, okay? So know that I come from a very, very specific spot. Know that I'm coming from a very, very, very loving place, though, from it, okay? And so just because of it, I will call you out. Okay, I will, but you have got to be willing to be honest about it. I'm not assigning value how much I think you're worth. I'm assigning value, right? I'm trying to call you out on where you're screwing up, so that you can step back and you can go, oh yeah, right? I'm not a coder. Why was I the lead funnel guy at ClickFunnels for 2 years? Built 500 funnels. Okay, I lost track around 300, but there's a few products alone that were like hundreds of funnels. Okay, it's a lot of freaking funnels. I'm not a coder. I failed English every single time. Not failed. I got a 60.1. They literally grace. It was like a grace graduation, right? In every science class, every foreign language class, English, anything I had to do with science, math, definitely. I got straight D's. Okay, yeah, this is why I'm in the padded room, exactly, right? When I freak out and start to go nuts, right? This is the sound booth at ClickFunnels. Russell's sitting right there, right over there. Anyway, guys, what I'm trying to say is when you guys set this goal, okay, when you guys set this goal, you have to understand that you don't qualify to actually hit it right now, okay? And when I became the 2 Common Club coach for the first time, what I thought I would be coaching on, what I thought I would be doing, what I thought I'd be saying to people is, hey, I'm going to go in and I'm going to teach, right? I'm going to teach marketing. I thought that's what I was going to be teaching. Only about half the time am I teaching marketing and funnel strategy, right? And how to write sales letters and create offers that actually convert and do well, okay? Right? Does that make sense? I thought that's what I would be coaching on. We all did, okay? That's not at all what I've been coaching on, right? A little less than half the time, I'm actually talking strategy. Over half the time, I am talking freaking mindset. I hate that word, okay? I'm talking right? I'm talking self-development, right? You don't qualify to hit the goals that you're setting at. But the pursuit of the goal is what qualifies you to hit the goal. You understand what I'm telling you? It's the pursuit of the goal that qualifies you to hit the goal. And it's only at the very last moment, right? You're going to hit hard. You're going to push on rocks. And you'll be like, why doesn't this work, right? You might have that moment where you're going to call somebody and ask for a bailout. Oh, hey, Dad, can I get money? Nope. And I want you to sit back and be like, man, I'm thankful, okay? I want you to be thankful to the naysayers. They're a catalyst for you. They're a blessing to you. I want you to be thankful for the failures you go through. I want you to be thankful for all this. And I want you to be incredibly, brutally honest of where you are. If any of you guys freaking rent a Lambo and take a picture in front of it, put it on Facebook, I'm going to slap you, okay? Be honest about where you are. Be proud of where you are. And I want you to fall in love with the process towards the goal, not just the goal. If I can get you to fall in love with the process of the goal, I've noticed that people hit the goal more often. When they sit back and they're like, 2 Common Club, 2 Common Club, 2 Common Club, 2 Common Club, and I'm like, yeah, good, awesome, but like, you're not doing Facebook Lives yet. How do you ever expect to get there? Okay, yeah, awesome, but you haven't even like taken the time to go through the mental jog of creating in a brainstorm of figuring out how to actually get to that, right? Does that make sense? Like, you gotta go through that stuff. That's what all those guys with 2 commas are doing. Very few, far between people are ever the exception of those things. I am not here to teach you the exceptions to the rule. I am here to teach you the rule. I don't want you guys to get it there by luck. You are not an exception to the rule. I am not an exception to the rule. Right? Some of that little fluffy crap along the way will make it so you got that extra little edge. Okay? I promise not to give you guys junk or crap or distract you with just interesting information. I promise you to only give you guys things, right, that is worth it, that is meaningful. Okay? I want you guys to know something real quick. Okay? I know I'm going heavy on this stuff. Okay? Check this out. I want you to think about this. I was thinking the other day, why has everything happened in the past little bit? right? And it's been extremely humbling for me, right? Very humbling, right? Guys, I got kicked out of college. I'm not a book smart guy. I had to learn how to learn, right? I was freaking lazy, man. I was addicted to video games hardcore in high school, okay? Does that make sense? Okay? You guys, you have to understand that the obstacle is the way. And I keep this coin on my desk as a reminder, okay? I love that this coin means a lot to me, okay? Stephen, you can't get to Funnel Hacking Live. You don't have enough money. Gah! You know what? What if I use that? You know what's interesting? I am 100% convinced I would not have worked for ClickFunnels if I actually had the money to get to that first Funnel Hacking Live event that I went to. I would not be standing in front of you now. Okay? The obstacle is the way. Okay? It was me saying, I'm getting to Funnel Hacking Live. I don't care what personal embarrassment. I don't care what things I don't know. I don't care what things people are going to make fun of me for. I am completely aware that there's not another soul around me physically. I even know who knows what I'm doing, okay? It might be a little bit of a lonely road, okay? That's the reason we create these. I get that, okay? Holy crap, right? There's some mad, right, loneliness that might come along the way for you, right? I was the only one for years that I knew of that was doing this stuff. That's okay, right? It was me saying, I'm going to get to Funnel Hacking Live. And I didn't know how to build funnels yet. But I started saying, oh, you know what? Let me put my own feet to the fire. I'm going to go build funnels for that guy. And he doesn't even know what funnels are either. And so this is what I told him. I said, hey, check it out. Hey, I'm going to build you some funnels. I know you don't know what they are, but if they work, let's talk about me getting paid. If they don't, I don't care. Like, don't pay me. It's no risk to him. Huge upside to me. I worked my face off to understand what funnels actually are and build it for him. And it worked and brought in a lot of extra revenue for him, right? What's funny is that because I did that, and then I did it again, and 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 I had all these funnels that I had done, right? All these things that actually started working when Russell Brunson turned around and said, hey, what funnels have you built? I had them, right? It was because I did that I can look back and go, oh my gosh, that's what qualified me to sit next to him. That's what qualified me, right, to earn that cash. That's what does that make sense? The obstacle is the way. Stephen, you're fat. Leaned into it. I started running a whole bunch of sprint triathlons and I started winning, or at least placing on the podiums for him, right? I was the fastest guy in a lot of my Army stuff, right? Not that way in high school. Obstacle is the way, okay? Stephen, you're dumb. Kicked out of high school. Right? Or sorry, kicked out of college. Mercy graduated. Right? I was Grace graduated from high school. I can't even remember what my GPA was. It's ridiculous. Okay? Does that make sense? It's the mentality that I'm trying to teach you guys because it is 100% the opposite of all that fluffy junk entrepreneur crap teaches that's from Hollywood. Right? I legitimately was like, oh, I can't be successful in this game because I don't even own a briefcase. Right? Sounds stupid. That's true. But most of the crap you're telling yourself about why you haven't actually done the thing that you set out to do is stupid too. Okay? Tough love. I'm just showing it with you. Okay? The obstacle is the way. And so this first lesson, what I'm trying to teach you guys and what I want you to understand, okay? You have got, it's like freaking Yoda, okay? You got to name the fear and you have to know what the fear is before you can actually conquer it. Okay? So today, your challenge, all right? The first thing you're supposed to be doing, your challenge today, is for you to go download the actual PDF and name your freaking fears. Write them down. Be honest about it. Be vulnerable. Be willing to talk about it. Get out there and share it with people, man. This is when this January 1st, it will be my 5th year in a row of publicly declaring my revenue goal. It's the scariest thing I do every year. I've done it this will be my 5th year in a row now, right? And it's because I'm trying to publicly declare. That's the pattern, right? Once I know what I want, I'm publicly declaring, boom, this is what I want. Funny enough, things will begin to conspire for your sake when that happens, right? You're going to go, oh, this is what I want, goal. Things will conspire for your sake and against you for your sake. And society and people around you will be like, you really want this? How about you come to the movies? You really want this? Come on, come spend your money over here. You really want this? Oh, you don't have the cash for ads anyway, right? Even though you can just go mow some freaking lawns, okay? You understand what I'm saying? I hope that you guys are feeling this and you're feeling where I'm coming from this because this is very near and dear to my heart for what we are doing here. And I want you to understand why. Okay? I'm not trying to talk, this is not like Stephen hour, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Okay? I was never qualified for the thing that I was running to. I was never qualified. In fact, I was probably the least qualified individual that was out there. Right? And does that make sense? Oh, mission complete. A lot of you guys are already crushing it. That's great. That's awesome. I was probably the least qualified individual for the task I was being put at. Okay? But what did I have? Hunger. Okay? This is the last thing I just want to tell you guys real quick, and we'll be done here because I'm going nuts right now, and I want you guys to go execute. I don't want to take up all your time with this. Okay? But there's two things I need to do with you guys. Okay? First of all, I just want to remind you that the obstacle is the way. Okay? That is my favorite coin. It sits on my desk. It is with me almost all the time. Okay? The back says, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Okay? The obstacle is the way. You understand? So when you walk up, this happened to me just 2 days ago. Okay? Somebody walked up. I was like, hey man, you excited for the challenge? He goes, yeah, but man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I don't know if I have the time. I don't think I have the time to be able to go and actually get these things done. And I wanted to slap him. Okay? You know how many times people are going to come out and say that junk? I have no sympathy if that's your excuse. I don't have money to start this. Yeah, preach to the choir. All right, I got it. All right, I've done that. I've been there before. No sympathy. Okay, no sympathy. You understand that is your obstacle, and it is the way. Okay, right? I went to a counselor. Okay, I went to a counselor when I was in college, and the guy was like, "Hey, check it out. Have you ever been tested for ADHD?" And I was like, "No," and I was offended about it. I got offended because he was saying that. I was like, am I on speed? No. Right? I got offended. I got offended because he was saying that. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? And he goes, I want you to go home and I want you to take this test to see if you got ADHD. And I was pissed. Okay? And I went home and I took this test and I went and I brought the results back and he goes, you know what? You don't have ADHD, but you have a lot of symptoms of ADHD. And I was like, isn't that how they tell if people have things in the first place? So, and I was offended by it. And I started believing that it was something that was going to hold me back. Man, it's a freaking superpower. Okay? Whatever it is, right? You know that most billionaires are dyslexic? Okay? I'm not just talking about if you have a freaking lack of time or money. I'm talking about whatever little acronym you've been assigned. I'm talking about whatever thing that has happened inside your life. Those are a catalyst to get you where you want to go. Okay? And it is me trying to help you recreate and redevelop the relationship between you and what you think the obstacle really is, right? I need to sit back. I need you to sit back. And that's all day one is supposed to freaking be. You're supposed to sit back and you go, hey, I got this fear. Whew. I got this obstacle. Whew. I got this obstacle. I got this naysayer. I got this against me, this against me, this against me. You know how awesome of a hook that creates when you start to dominate those things? That's why people follow me, okay? I'm this way all the time, okay? I'm a freaking Energizer Bunny, baby, and it's because I love what I do, and I'm very passionate about the fact that if you just freaking lean in to your obstacles, you become the hook. You become the attractive character. You become somebody you would not have made on your own if you did not lean into the obstacle. The obstacle is the thing that sculpts you on the way to the goal. Okay? It's the thing that sculpts you on the way to the goal. Should I say it again? You set a goal. None of us should be qualified for goals we set. Otherwise, why is it a goal? You're not qualified for it. But when you're like, man, oh crap, I got this obstacle. It is in the pursuit of that thing that qualifies you for the thing. Okay? And I want you, that's all I'm trying to say with this entire lesson, okay? So I got some rules, okay? I got some rules that I want to share with you guys. I want you, this is a relationship. You understand? This is a relationship. Meaning, I need you to do some things, and I will do some things for you, okay? I know how to freaking do this, okay? And I know how to coach it, which is another whole thing on its own, okay? I know how to coach people in doing this as well, okay? But here's the thing. I want you guys to understand this, okay? There is a relationship that I'm trying to create with you guys, and I want to walk through these, and I'm sure we can get this list available. Over the weekend, I've been brainstorming this list like crazy, and I started looking through all the patterns of how somebody gets success in this, and the attitudes that they've brought to the table, and the attitudes that I've brought to the table. Anytime I try and come do it for the individual, whenever I leave, they fail. So I'm not going to do it for you. I won't. Okay? Don't ask me to. Okay? Anytime they come across and they're like, they thought I would be doing things for them that I'm not, right? They also fail again, okay? I want to go through just real quick 14 rules, okay? 14 things I want you to bring to the table. I will provide this list to everybody, but anyway, okay? Here's the rules of the challenge, okay? And when you, guys, I want you to come in and say, I accept, okay? If you accept the terms of the stuff, please, please, please say, I accept, okay? Oh my gosh. You're going to become people you don't recognize. It's really exciting for me, okay? We're talking about generational wealth and generational change. You're going to treat your kids, your family, your spouse, loved ones, whoever's important in your life, okay? It is in the game of business that I've experienced the most intense personal development course that I've ever had in my entire life. I get more personal development through the pursuit of entrepreneurship, okay, than any other thing. Okay, and I want that for you, but I can't give it to you. Okay, you gotta be the one doing it. So here's the 14 rules. Okay, here's the rules of the challenge. Okay, and remember, I am first your coach, not your friend. I am first your coach. Okay, I'm not. Okay, I'm not here to hold your hand, but I will give you tools so you can carve the path. You understand? Number one, guys, if you promise to do the work, I promise to show you what work matters and what work is crap. I'm not going to ask you to make a freaking logo. That doesn't matter, okay? So, number one, if you promise to do the work, I promise to show you what work matters. Number two, the biggest thing I cannot teach anybody is hunger. I can't teach somebody to be hungry. It's hard. I've tried to do it in the past, right? I've tried it. It's super hard. It's frustrating to me, actually. I wish I could teach people to be hungry. I can't, okay? So if you promise to show up hungry, I promise I will match your hunger. Okay, I'm very motivated about this topic. It's the one I vent about all the time in all my platforms, okay? I'm obsessed. I bring pure obsession to the table. I'm never the issue, okay? I am never the issue. If you promise to show up hungry, I promise I will match your hunger. Okay, number three, if you will not, this is huge. This is a hard one for people, okay? If you promise that you will not use your current or past situation as an excuse, okay? Do you understand? Do you hear what I just said? You are not allowed in this challenge to use your current situation as an excuse for doing or not doing something. You are not allowed to use your past as an excuse for doing or not doing something. Okay? And if you promise to do those things, okay, I promise to help call you out on your own BS. It's from a place of love. It's from a place of me having literally, guys, I'm a product of the product. That's what I was trying to say that before. I'm a product of this product. Okay? Okay? If you promise that you will not make somebody else responsible for your results, that's a huge one, okay? I don't own your success. I will not make you successful. You will do that, okay? I do not own your results. Nobody else owns your results but you. You're in charge of your own crap. You understand? Okay? So if you promise, right, to not make somebody else responsible, take full responsibility of your own, then I promise to not do it for you also, okay? It is actually the blessing that you need, okay? I will help you along the way. I'll help you the whole freaking way, you understand? But like, man, I hope you guys are feeling me now on why I'm so passionate about this stuff. I yell a lot. I will yell a lot. Anyway, guys, if you, this is another big one. Guys, you must be polite to your naysayers. Guys, if you will be polite to your naysayers and look at them as the catalyst for your progression that they really are, then I promise to do my best to try and make a safe house for you. I'm not trying to just kick you guys out there and be like, good luck. Right? That's not what I'm doing at all. Okay? But you got to be polite to the naysayers. Right? And you got to look at them like, all right, cool. And just know that success is the most amazing revenge ever, okay? Super fun, okay? Even if you got to be a little bit vindictive about it, then cool, then do it, okay? Okay, that's totally fine, okay? But I promise to do my best, though, if you guys do that, okay, that I will go and make a community and safe house for you, right? Anyway, guys, number 6. You are only allowed to compare you to you. This is the fastest reason I have seen people that I've coached in the past fail. Okay? Is they get out there and they're like, look at Russell Brunson, or look how many funnels Stephen's built, and they start comparing. And what they do is they don't use where somebody else has been as a way of motivation. They use that as a way to judge their self-worth. This is very key. Okay, I just coached somebody on this like a week ago. They're a very big person. You would all know them. Okay, I was like, yeah, no, dude, don't do that. Right? Don't do that. If you judge you based on where somebody else is, the problem with that, right, is that you end up creating a scenario where your self-worth is dependent on somebody else's agenda. in somebody else's past. Okay, you're not allowed to do that. Don't do that. Okay. Here's the thing: what happens? Okay, when we start to compare ourselves to an ideal, that's the problem with pop culture, right? If I come out here and I'm like, oh, Hollywood and all these really fancy quotes on Instagram about entrepreneurship say I need to be like this. I got to be like this, right? And I got to. Where's my suave? I better rent a Lambo and take a pig in front of it because fake it till you make it. I hate that crap. Okay. Anyway. Anyway. What I want you to understand, okay? What I want you to understand is if you start comparing yourself to an ideal, the problem with an ideal is that it's not measurable. And since it's not measurable, you can't attain it. And since it's not measurable, you don't know if you've had any progress. And since it's not measurable, you turn around and you're like, crap, have I done anything? I need to be more like that. I need to be more like that. I need to be more like that. Right? And you enter freak out mode. Okay, you enter freak out mode. And what I've noticed is that is the fastest path for an entrepreneur to hit depression than anything. Okay, if you guys step back and so do not compare yourself to Russell Brunson. Do not compare yourself to me. Do not compare yourself to another individual or somebody else who's successful in your life. Use where they are as motivation. Use it as like, oh yeah, what's up? This is awesome. I can do this. But don't you dare judge your self-worth based on somebody else's marks. Okay, the only way for you to have progress, feel progress, not get depressed, have sustainability, the only way for you to do that is to compare you to you. That's it. And then I can take a step forward and be like, oh my gosh, I'm actually very nervous about this. And I can take a step out and go, and I can put a foot down as perfectly as I can. And take the next step and put it forward, and I can look back and go, oh, what's up? Haha, yeah, I did that, right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is a huge one. I've seen more entrepreneurs and people in the programs that I've done. You guys are not the first program I've done, okay? I've had more people fail because they compare themselves to an ideal rather than their own history than anything else, okay? Number 7, guys, you need to earnestly attempt to answer all questions on your own before you ask me or somebody else. Okay? You have got to learn to be a self-solver. To have new problems is to be an entrepreneur. Daily new problems to solve. You will try your best to solve them on your own. There's this thing called Google, and you can go YouTube it. Okay? I'm not making fun of you. I'm not making fun of anybody. This is just part of that tough love thing, okay? Right? For the first 3 months when I left ClickFunnels, right, at the beginning of this year I left, I remember there were times I'd go sit in my office and I'd be like, I don't know what to do today. Well, what would bring in some revenue? It was a brain jog, right? And I start writing down my list. Writing down my list. Okay, maybe I guess I could do those things. The fact that does that make sense? Does that make sense? You're all gonna hit that, right? You try earnestly to solve every problem on your own before you ask somebody else, okay? And that might mean finding some person, right? I'm not telling you have to learn how to do the thing, but I'm saying try to solve the answer, try and solve the problem on your own, okay? If you do that, I promise I will help coach you to the answers. Not just give them, I help you coach there. I will ask you what you think a lot, okay? Number 8, okay? Guys, I want you to buy your success with your own time. That sounds funny, but I've had some people come into this thing, they're trying to outsource it to somebody. Okay? Never outsource your marketing, as Russell says, okay? As Russell says, he says never outsource your sex life, right? Outsourcing marketing is like outsourcing your sex life, okay? You're not going to do that, okay? Anyway, you buy success with your own time, okay? There's not really a shortcut in the process, you understand? Number 9, this is all about taking imperfect action. Always take imperfect action. Take imperfect action. And if you do that, right, I'm not waiting to take you to the next step for when I see that you've done it perfectly. I'm waiting for you to get to like that 80% level, and then we're just going on. Just launch it. Just get it out. Okay? Just get it out. Don't marry anyway. Take imperfect action. Okay? Number 10, do not freak out at the clock. Okay? It's too many times. This is what happened the first time I did 2 Comma Club coaching. Right? It's a year-long program. And 2 months in, there's an interesting question that started getting asked amongst all the people. And they started asking the question, Stephen, how long do I have this program for? And what I started noticing was that it was the place in the program where we stopped doing learning and we started doing building, right? We started doing more stuff, right? Does that make sense? It was hard. It was hard on them because it was the first time they're like, I've studied about how to drive a car so many times. I'm actually behind the wheel now and turn the engine on and it's in gear. Okay? The reason this is 30 days long, the actual challenge starts next Monday, right? Okay? The reason this is 30 days long is because I'm trying to compress, and we're using time to our advantage for you to take imperfect action and not freak out at the clock, okay? So what I mean is don't use the clock as an excuse. Well, I missed 2 or 3 days. It was a really hard day. I had personal crap going on, and I had 2 or 3 days. I couldn't get all my work done, so screw it. I'm going to drop the rest of the challenge. And then people are like, how's the challenge? It sucked. No, you sucked, okay? Anyway, don't freak out at the clock. Do not use the clock as an excuse to do or not do things, okay? If you do that, I promise to use the clock to help you push results out, okay? When I left ClickFunnels, okay, here it is. Check that. When I left ClickFunnels, what I did, it was December 31st this last year. I left. I had no funnel, no product, no offer, no sales script written. I had nothing, okay? And I was doing it to try and prove a point, okay? January 1st, all right, I built the registration page. I built the thank you page. And that was what I did that day, okay? Day number 2, right, was a Tuesday. 3 days after I left ClickFunnels. It was a Tuesday, okay? And I was like, hey, check it out. Day number 2, you know what? I should probably write the sales script. Let's figure out like an idea of what I'll be selling. Day number 3, I was like, you know what? There should probably be a way for people to actually pay me. So I built the order page in the members area and a few other things. Day number 4, I finished the last few things I needed to, and I did the webinar and walked away with 19 grand, okay? And then I did it again and again and again and again and again and again and again, okay? You understand? I'm trying to help you guys understand, okay? It's all about imperfect action, okay? It's been massively, massively, massively updated since then, right? In that first month, I did 59 grand, okay? I didn't start, right? There was no bait and switch, right? I'm being honest. Be ethical. Be moral, okay? I'm not telling you guys how to just take crap from people. That's not, right? I'm not Robin Hood, okay? What I'm trying to help you guys understand, what I want you to see, is all about taking massive imperfect action, okay? And do not, right, wait for it to be perfect. You'll never launch anything, right? I know my funnel is limping along and like on one leg still, right? That was 8 months ago. It's made a lot of money since then, okay? But it's like, it's like limping along. There's a few places. I don't care. It sells, right? I don't care. People get results, okay? And so what we got to understand is that most often you are actually the impediment to, you are actually literally your own obstacle a lot of times. Perfection is one of the largest obstacles that you should not actually go push through, okay? You need to get around that one. Don't actually try and become a perfectionist. Anyway, we're almost done here, okay? Check this out. I want you guys to choose to get uncomfortable every day, okay? I believe that as a society, we're getting really soft. I believe as a society, and even as entrepreneurs, we're starting to marry the idea of entrepreneurship without actually doing entrepreneurship. A stat that just came out, okay? And it showed that there is officially way less businesses being launched now than there was like 10 years ago. Way less businesses, right? We have found, right, this interesting stats, right? And this, I read another stat that said a lot of millennials now love the idea of entrepreneurship, but they are not launching companies anymore, okay? They're not launching businesses anymore, okay? It's ridiculous, okay? You guys have got to understand how to callous the mind, okay? It's all about using what I call strategic hardship, okay? So physically, I'm doing this right now, right? I'm going up and I'm signing up for Tough Mudders and Spartan races and these other things that are actually very physically uncomfortable, and I'm doing it because of what it will change in me. It sculpts me, right? It sculpts me, okay? Willpower sucks. Your willpower gives out. Willpower is like a muscle, right? It stops, right? Willpower gives out, okay? Don't you dare ever, right? Yeah, you're talking about David Goggins. He's the freaking man, right? Yeah, this is all the jar of cookies. You know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Exactly. That's why I put that video in Mighty Networks, okay? But I'm trying to help you guys understand, right, that willpower sucks. Willpower is not, your willpower gives out. The thing that actually gets you guys where you want to go is environment, okay? That's what my role really is. And when I realized that, I was like, this is a big task. All right, sweet, I got it. So I am here to create an environment for you guys to succeed in. I am not here to tell you to muscle through every single trial. I'm here to help you get in an environment where you can trust you. I'm trying to help you guys get in an environment, right, where you are more likely to do the task than not, okay? Anyway. All right. Guys, you got to be brutally honest with where you are, And in return, I will applaud your progress. If you're trying to lie to me about where you are to try and be cool, I will not applaud you. In fact, I will call you out, and I'll do it harshly. Okay? Number 13, I want you to understand that this is going to require that you have to kill parts of your old self, if not lots of other things as well, right? Okay? And when, does that make sense? Right? If you will promise to kill parts of your old self. I was shocked when I realized that my business actually grows to the degree that I've grown. Okay? My business grows to the degree that I've grown. And I was looked at that, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought it was garbage. I was like, I've heard other people say that, and I was like, I think that's stupid. My business grows to the degree that I do. I'm not talking funnels. Funnels and businesses are different things. Okay? Okay? And then when you guys have learned to kill parts of your old self and build these new pieces, which is so exciting, you will feel, a lot of you guys, what I've noticed is that you feel progress in your entire life in ways you've never experienced. And it's very fun. It's part of the reason I get so passionate about this topic. Okay, a lot of you, does that make sense? A lot of you guys feel progress in ways that you guys haven't had yet, and in a personal development sphere. And I never in my life did I ever think that I would have to learn, teach how to do that stuff. Okay, anyway, last rule number 14, guys. I need you to lean in. Okay, lean in. It might mean you have to give up freaking Netflix. Then do it. Okay? It might mean you need to, I don't know, you're the one who knows. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to give you the tools so you will do what you've always needed to do. Okay? If you lean in, I promise I will lean in. Okay? I am not here to go. There's a great, if you guys ever heard Sean Stevenson, right? He spoke at Funnel Hacking Live 2017, I think. And he said, you know what's interesting, and a lot of you guys know this story as well, right? The Coast Guard has a really interesting, really fascinating motto, right? They only save those that are swimming to them, right? They go up to a ship, it's sinking, it's the Coast Guard, it's sinking, there's 50 bodies in the water, right? Thing can only hold, I don't know, 16, maybe, right? Who do you save? That's an intense question, okay? And their motto is that, like, check it out, you've got, you have to save those that are swimming towards you, okay? And you have to understand that's how I treat this. I understand that some of you, I don't want you to do this, and I'm trying to call you out on it early. I'm trying to break your state early. I'm trying to be really forward early, okay? You got to understand that a lot of you guys, like, if I am not, there's a lady who bought one of my programs, and she sent me a message, and she goes, hey, how's it going? I'm really excited about this. She said, will you be there to push me when I have a hard time? Will you be there to motivate me? And I said, absolutely not. She goes, what are you talking about? I said, I will help you by telling you what you need to do, but I am not here to motivate you. Discipline is greater than motivation. I am not a motivational speaker. I am not here. You might find it motivating, but my hope is that you take the motivating pieces and you go create a new discipline somewhere in your life to make it so it's always applied. You go create your discipline to create an environment so it happens consistently. Because motivation dies out. Willpower dies out. It's fluffy. It's stupid, in my opinion, okay? It's all about you going and creating these cool environments. Does that make sense? She's like, you're not going to push me along the way? I was like, look, I created this awesome thing. You can see the success results of all these other people that are making it, who are doing great. All they did is follow the process. But I am not here when you are tired and you're sick and sad. You're like, oh, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. I haven't finished the challenge yet. Should I go to bed? I'm so tired. And your body and your mind starts to find logical reasons to justify you not doing the work. It's going to happen, right? You've got to decide ahead of time what you're going to do in those scenarios. I am not a motivational speaker. I am not here to go bam, 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 bam. I will do that here. Does that make sense? But you have got to lean in with me, okay? I'm going to lean in. You got to lean in too, okay? If you promise to lean in, I will lean in, okay? And when you lean in, and you lean into, right, the obstacles. Crap, where'd the coin go? I put it in my pocket. All right, when you lean into the obstacles, when you lean into the things that are uncomfortable in your life, and you are okay with it, and you're honest with it, you're like, hey, this is where I am. Right? And you use that as a catalyst. Oh, baby, welcome to progress. Right? Fun stuff. All right. That's what I got for you guys. I'm sure somehow we will make these rules available to you. I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for being here. So your challenge today, every day there's going to be a PDF. Okay? Every day is going to be a PDF. And what you need to go do, right? is you always go download that PDF and fill it out. So today you're going to go through and you're going to list out your fears. Be open. No one else is going to look at it. What is your actual fear? And if it doesn't have to do with business, then be open about it. That's okay. Funny enough, there's a tie there, which I never expected there to be, but there is. Anyway, be open about it. Fill this thing out, right? And then you say, mission complete, right? Hashtag mission complete. I did it. Bam, done. Awesome, cool. And I need you to be open. I need you to be honest. I need you to move forward on this. A lot of you guys, just real quick, you guys have gotten this book. Fantastic book, right? This is my wife's. I'm still waiting for mine to show up. Okay, but okay, here's some of you guys have read this and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go figure out which plan to go and actually do. Just real quick, housekeeping stuff here. Just know that we are providing Russell's plan for you. Okay, so this is like a lot of cool background stuff along the way. What we're not doing is we're not telling you like, hey, go choose one challenge and just do that one. Okay, we're trying to give you guys all these cool things and show you guys all this cool background stuff so you see all these people would do it. Okay, but Russell is the funnel king, right? He's the funnel king. So we're going to follow his plan in the one funnel away challenge. You understand? So just understand that's what we're doing. So moving forward, the actual challenge, the actual 30-day challenge, the actual plan that we're following is Russell's himself. So anyways, Nectar Pie, guys, go do it. You all know what to do now. Okay, you all know what to do. You know the answer of what the next step is for you more than I do. You know. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to the challenge. We're excited for you guys to be here. I hope that you guys lean full in, buy full in. And the next 5 weeks will be life-changing if you guys choose it to be and you guys actually are willing to let it be. All right, guys. Bye.